A couple of you have sent me the story right here, and I'm glad that you did because this whole story right here is one big mystery, and many people are trying to get to the bottom of it, considering the nature of the story itself. This woman's name is Christina Nance, and she's from Huntsville, Alabama, and or maybe somewhere in Alabama, not necessarily Huntsville, but this woman was missing for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And she was found, unfortunately, she was found deceased. But where she was found is where the mystery comes in. It gets even more weirder. So her body was actually found inside of a police van in the department's parking lot of where the van belonged to. So this woman was missing for 2 weeks, and they found her body, her dead body, in the police van after she's been missing for 2 weeks, and they found it in the parking lot of the department that the van belonged to. I have not read anything further than that, and that's just what I've gathered from the title. So now I'm gonna go ahead and read the article itself that was posted on October 12th, 2021. If you are looking for a parking lot building with the most surveillance cameras in place, a police station would likely be a good start. There are likely many cameras around every police station filming the building and the parking lot alike. It is this video footage that the family of Christina Nance is demanding from police after she was found dead in the back of a Huntsville police van parked in the middle of their parking lot. Police have not yet released video showing when the van was parked there or how Nance, age 29, ended up in the back of it. She was just a very positive, fun-loving, caring person, very sweet, Christina's sister Whitney Nance told WAFF. She was fun to be around, real sweet and innocent, said Christina's cousin Amanda Maston. I just looked back at her and she was just smiling, Latasha Nance, Christina's other sister, said. And I said, Christina, why are you smiling like that? And she just said, oh, nothing is nothing. That's the last memory I have of my sister. Nearly 2 weeks ago, the Nance family was shocked to learn that Christina was missing, and they've been frantically searching for her ever since. Then, on October 7th, they found out where she had been, dead in the back of a police van in the police department's parking lot. We have no idea how she ended up there out of all places, why there out of all places, why there, Whitney said. She was in the van the entire time and nobody knew. Not even the police department knew. Or so they claim. According to police, an officer walking through the parking lot discovered Nance's body in the back of the van. Police claim they leave the doors open to the van unlocked all the time so anyone could climb in there. The idea of police leaving their vehicles unlocked is ludicrous given the gear that is inside them, not to mention vandals and others who may seek to get inside them. Excellent point. According to the Madison County coroner, Nance's body didn't show any signs of trauma, but the family is still suspicious and want to know some answers. And that's why we want answers, and we want to see the footage. We do not believe that our sister would just randomly walk to a van and climb in it. First of all, why wasn't the van locked on police property? Everything should be secured and locked, said Nance. But the family hasn't gotten that footage and police are ignoring them. According to WAFF, the Nance family says Christina visited the department often for help and even called family members to pick her up from there from time to time. They went to police headquarters the very next day, wanting to see any surveillance video that may answer their questions, and was told the investigators handling their case was out of the office. They say no one has reached back out to them or even offered their condolences. We can start the healing process so we'll know exactly what went on, said Nance. Unfortunately, it seems they may not know what went on for some time, as it has now been nearly a week since Christina's body was found in the van, and the family has no more information other than the day that she was found. According to the family, an autopsy is going to be performed this week to determine the cause of her death. They are asking for donations to help pay for her funeral expenses, an independent autopsy, and they left a link to her GoFundMe, which I will leave the link in the description. And their goal is $1,700. At the time of this recording, they have raised $1,120. That is one big mystery. So let's try to really dissect everything. So she went missing for 2 weeks. Her family found her on October 7th, which was a little over a week ago. by the time this recording goes up. And she was found dead inside of the back of a police van in the parking lot that the van belonged to for that department. They say that they leave the police vans and the police cruisers that's parked there on the lot unlocked. That right there raises a red flag for me. Why would you leave a vehicle like that unlocked? You shouldn't leave any vehicle unlocked. Whether it's that type of vehicle, a truck, your own personal vehicle, whatever. You never ever leave that unlocked. Who does that? That sounds very unorthodox. Like I said, anybody could come in there and they can just steal the vehicle and go joyriding with it or whatever the case may be. Maybe strip it and, make it look something out of the ordinary if they wanted to. Next, the family wants to see the footage, but the department in which the surveillance videos belongs to is ignoring the calls of the family and trying not to give it to them, which implies to me they have something to hide. Somebody in that department knows something, and I believe someone in that department killed this woman, which leads to the next thing that the family said: why would Christina climb into a van just because and just die there? Like, that's so random. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that need answering when it comes to this woman right here and her death, because nothing is making sense. An unlocked door in a parking lot with a police van, a dead body is found inside it after she's been missing for 2 weeks. They claim that the doors are unlocked, which does not sound right. They're being kind of deflective when the family demands the footage of the surveillance, because the surveillance is going to show what happened to her. And I bet you they're not giving it to her because they're trying to doctor the image up or trying to get rid of it. But see, if they get rid of it, that'll make them look even more guilty. Because like they said, it's a police department. There's heavy security and like surveillance cameras everywhere. It's one of the most surveyed places in America is a police department. There's cameras everywhere, all over the place at all angles, or at least it should be. But somebody or somebody's knows something. Now the family said that she would go up there. Let me see if I can go down there. It says the Nance family says Christina visited the department often for help and even called family members to pick her up from there from time to time. So that means that Christina would go to go to the police department often for help. I'm wondering why she was going there for help. So that means that the people at that police department were familiar with her face and her name. They knew who she was. She was a frequent visitor up there for whatever the case may be. So somebody knows something. I don't know if she knew something and maybe they were trying to cover it up. And I don't know if someone was trying to silence her or whatever the case may be. But it's one red flag after another when it comes to this story. And I'm going to try my best to see if I can stay on top of this, because I need answers. I feel like I'm a family member. There's a lot of things with this that are not adding up at all. Nothing really makes sense, from the unlocked doors, the deflection of wanting to give the surveillance footage over to the family, her being inside of a van for 2 weeks. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot really going on here. And I hope the family I hope the family stays on top of this. And I'm sure they are. Like, go all the way until you get to the core of what happened to their loved one. And if there's anybody out there who lives in Alabama who has heard about this story, please, if there's anything else that you can inform me about, let me know down in the comments.